Hey guys, Steve Welch here, standing in front of a Platinum Crown. Platinum Toyota Crown. Maybe you never even heard about it, but this is actually one of the coolest cars that Toyota makes. And I'm gonna show you why in a lot of ways here, but this is the Platinum trim of the Crown is actually special, right? I'm gonna show you why it's special as soon as you hit that subscribe button, right? Well, I'm gonna show you this right now, and I'm gonna actually tell you about it all at the same time. So you're gonna see what you have right here is drive mode. So drive mode is going to be important because you have a adaptive variable suspension system in this vehicle that allows for different settings for your suspension. So if I go through these drive modes and I flip through them, you're going to see we've got normal, obviously, is where you start, sport, custom, right? You can come down here to eco, and then rear comfort. And that's a different one. You don't have that one on most of the other vehicles where you actually have down here as rear comfort. So what is it? So the Platinum Grade's adaptive variable suspension, or AVS, components have been tuned to support a high output of the 2.4 liter turbo engine, right? This is right from Toyota here. So the AVS uses variable oil pressure shock absorbers. The system automatically controls the friction within the absorber when turning, controlling the dampening force, reducing pitch at a high drive torque, and helping minimize the effects of the bumpy roads, right? AVS also changes based on a selected drive mode of normal, eco, sport, rear comfort, or custom, adjusting the dampening force and balance steering response, stability control, and ride comfort. To help reduce vibrations felt by drivers and passengers, suspension tuning uses a soft suspension bushing and a dynamic dampener on the front suspension. So polyurethane coated springs in the front help provide a smooth ride. A high dampening structural adhesive on the body and a reinforced seat mounting points reduces shake generated by the road. The Crown's handling bolstered by electronically controlled brake system featuring the active cornering assist, or ACA, which engages the stability control to reduce understeer in certain cornering situations, so the driver feels enhanced agility, not the system's operation. So that's the AVS, and that's not even the best part, right? The best part I'm about to show you right now. So the coolest part about this car right here is actually behind this wheel, right? And what's behind this wheel is actually something that's really, really cool, right? So the back wheels actually have a steering component to them. So when you're steering, it can actually adjust the back wheels. I'm going to show you how it does it and explain a little bit more to you from under this car. So the Toyota Crown Platinum trim features this dynamic rear steering here, right? It's a system that enhances the handling and stability by allowing the rear wheels to turn in coordination with the front wheels. So here's what's really cool too. So at low speeds, the rear wheels turn opposite of the front wheels, improving the maneuverability and reducing the turning radius. While at higher speeds, they turn in the same direction, increasing the stability and responsiveness. So what you're actually talking about is this car can change the way it steers to actually be more like a sports car, just to, you know, be more responsive and do some of the things that cars that cost double, triple, quadruple its price can do. This one can do, and can do better because it's Toyota, right? So the way this works is low speed maneuverability, right? So when you're turning at low speeds, like in a parking lot, the rear wheels will turn in the opposite direction of the front wheels, right? So if your front wheels are turning this way, right? The back wheel is going to turn this way, right? By doing that, it allows the car to get better cornering and better maneuverability, easy for me to say, right? So that you can actually navigate that parking lot a whole lot better, right? But at higher speeds, it'll actually turn in the same direction, right? So as you're at higher speeds, you want that more of a sports car feel, it's going to have the rear wheels turn in the same direction as the front wheels. It helps with your lane changes, with overall stability, especially during your high speed maneuvers. Well, it's a Platinum trim exclusive, of course, right? And it's only on the 25, 26 Crown here, right? So how does it work, right? Well, it utilizes that electric motor in the back, and I'll show you a picture of it right now with the video on it. But it utilizes electric motors at the rear axle to control the rear steering angle, and it optimizes handling based off the vehicle speed and the steering input. So it's just really, really sweet. So what else makes this thing such a beast? Well, it's under the hood here, right? You have a Hybrid Max engine, right? It is a 2.4 liter turbo hybrid, right? It produces 340 net horsepower and 332 foot-pounds of torque. That's a sports car if I heard it, right? Now, keep in mind, not a V8 like some of the other sports cars would be, right? But you're talking about a Toyota that does all the stuff I've told you about and puts that kind of power under the hood. You need to drive it. So, what do you guys think? The best Toyota sports car that you probably never heard of? Quite possibly, right? The Toyota Crown's been fairly new for a while, right? But Toyota came out and they made this platform awesome. And then they gave the Platinum version of it stuff they didn't do on anything else. So if you're considering a Crown in general, right? And you want to consider this particular vehicle right here, drive the Platinum and drive everything else. Because this one is going to drive a whole lot different. But if you want a sports car feel without having to pay $100,000 or $200,000 for the car, check this out, because this thing's going to perform better, be more reliable than pretty much any of those other cars that you're going to look at, right? It's going to perform better, be more reliable, have a higher resale value than all of those things, all the stuff you know Toyota for, with the performance to boot, right? So give this one a shot, but tell me what you guys think. Does this impress you to know that Toyota did this on a Crown and you never heard about it, right? So you never heard about it, right? So you have this beautiful car behind me and you never had a clue. Now, there you guys go. Toyota Crown Platinum with the adaptive variable suspension and your dynamic rear steering. You learned something? Hit the subscribe if you did. I appreciate you guys. But Steve Welch here, gonna show you something new all the time, right? But that is the Toyota Crown with the dynamic rear steering and ABS. You guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.